Hey strangers, I thought it'd be really fun to make something today. And all the money I'll be making from this video will be going towards a bat conservation trust. And I thought it'd be really fun to do a little bit of making and make some proper bat ears on a headband. I don't know if you've seen them, they sell them on Amazon and they look so cool. And so I do have some bits here, let me show you what I've got. We have some fluff. I bought this a long time ago. I'll show you. I was working on a project before, a little while back now. It's been sitting waiting for me to finish for ages. Let me show you that. So I originally bought the fluff to make my own little fluffy bats. But this one hasn't got a body at the moment, it's just a head. And I made it out of clay and gave him little eyes and little teeth and little ears. And I made him some pig wings as well. And yeah, I'm just waiting to make his body for this. I thought this was really cute. I'd love to make some more. If you guys like these and would like to find out how to make them yourself, please let me know and I'll get more bits and show you how to make these. I'll show you my mini one, he's nearly finished. So here's my, his tooth has got broken, bless him, but I wanted them to look like almost labyrinth creatures. And I think they really do look like that. And I made him like a pair of wings to go behind him like this. What do you think of that? Isn't he cute and scruffy? So that's my mini one and this is my big one. My big one's my favourite. He came out really well, I think. Like almost gremlin labyrinth looking creatures. But yeah, that was what I was working on before. And that's his wings there. And I just loved how these came out. Just, if not, I'll just do it in a private thing for myself, but I love them. Okay, so what have we got here? Some fluff, a hairband. This is the one I got the other day, but these things keep spinning around. The cats keep chasing them and pulling them off. So I was thinking that we'll dismantle this to use as the headband. We got some felt. We have got some wire. I hope this wire is going to be okay. Fingers crossed it will be. And we have got hot glue gun and we got glue sticks. While that's doing that, I thought the best place probably to start is by using some kind of cardboard like thing to use as the size we want. I kind of sketched out the size I wanted on this piece of card. Okay, so we're going to use this piece of card. I drew out the kind of size I thought that would work. So I'm just going to cut that out. I don't know whether you can see my pencil lines on here. And I kind of got a bit of an ear shape going on here. I kind of looked at the pictures on Amazon to get the shape. And I'm not sure how big this has to be or how small. But we'll soon find out, I'd imagine. And we're going to see how big this is on our head before we do anything else. Okay. So I have cut out a bit where the band goes as well. Okay. So we kind of got this shape going on. Let's have a look and see how big this is against my head. So our ears are going to be pretty big. They are actually, they might be too big. No, this part, I think it needs to be a tiny bit smaller. So I'm going to cut this down a tiny bit more now. Just a little bit. I still want the length, the height at the top. Okay. Let's have a look. Do you think that looks better? Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so that's going to be our size, so our little stencil. We're going to use this for the felt now. So now I'm going to measure out our felt here. So I'm just going to lay the cardboard over the top of the felt. And then we're going to cut around this. If the scissors work. These scissors are pants. Go to get some new ones. Okay, I've got some different ones. Let's see if these ones work. These look so bad. I've used these with all the DIY stuff I was doing, so they're a bit sticky. Okay. So let's cut around this now. I'm making it a slight bit bigger. Not much, just a tiny bit. Okay, so that's one bit. And now I'm going to cut the other one. Obviously trying to save as much felt as I can here. Because felt always comes in handy for all different kinds of craft. Okay, so we have our 2 ears now. We can turn these at the moment, it doesn't matter. So we then hopefully we can, let's see, just popping these up. And then they would go on like this. So we're getting this kind of shape here. Right, the next action plan is to be hot, gluing some wire onto this and getting it all in place. So we got our ears, and I don't want them to be too close together, but I don't want them to be too far apart either. So it's going to be quite hard to try and get them in that right place. So when this comes up, the ears will come up too. And we don't want our ears to be too floppy. So I think there would be good. So I'm going to be using some wire next. This is just for clay. I got some of this to play with while I was doing some modelling at some point. And it's really bendable and really cool to use. So I'm going to try and find an end. And then we're going to pull some out. We're going to shape this now into the ear shape that we are wanting. So follow the shape of the ear. Don't worry, we're going to be covering this with more felt soon. But I want these ears to be bendable. So I'm just going to cut it a little bit longer than I want, because I want to put it around the hairband as well, just to make sure that it's really well attached. Okay. So let's start that again. So we're going to bend up in the corner and bring this down and around, and the same for this side. And then attaching it onto the hairband here. So I'm just going to wrap this around a couple of times, and the same the bottom. Making sure that the pointy bits are up the top part, not underneath. And then we're going to lay that down. And I'm going to use this part for now, just so we can get started on this. But first of all, because this is smaller than this, I've got an idea of trying to give it a bit more shape. So I'm going to put this where it needs to, where we want it to go. Then I'm going to run some hot glue around the wire area. And then what I'm going to do is just fold this over the top of the wire. And hopefully this will give us a nice sturdy shape here. We are going to be putting stuff over the top, so don't worry about it too much if it looks a bit rough. It feels looking a bit like not great at the moment. But we can fix it up, don't worry about it. I just want to get these shapes really like good on here. So this is what we're working with so far. Now we're going to do the other side. So again, I'm just grabbing some wire now, and we're going to form our shape. And then doing the same the other side here. You guys know that I absolutely adore bats, and I wanted to do some videos to try and help a charity, and I thought what a brilliant idea to actually make some stuff with you guys, save some money, because I've always wanted a pair of these and they're £15–16. I've got all the stuff here, so why not give it a go and try and actually make some. So yeah, I thought it was a really fun idea. And you guys know I love making things. Okay, now we're going to go back to the hot glue again and just repeat what we did a minute ago. Bats fly through the sky. In shadows we hide when spread wide. Night calls us out with haunting cries. Together we rise under dark tides. Okay, so we have our little kind of layout of what's going on here at the moment. And yeah, should we give it a go and see what they look like? Okay, let's see if I put them in the right places and things. This should be very interesting, okay. There's lots of glue on here still, hang on. Okay, let's check this out and see if we got the right size going on. Oh, yes. There we go. Okay, now we've got the pretty bits to go. These are so cool. I love them. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get to sorting out the rest of this now. Okay, putting something over the top of this because I don't like how messy it is. I always tempted, I've got this patch that's been hanging around for ages, and I was tempted to put in that inside it here to make it look a bit more nicer. But I love this patch and I would love to use it on a jacket at some point. So what we're going to do is we are going to maybe use some more wire in this. I'm not sure. I think that's enough wire. Yeah, we're just going to fill in the middles now and tidy it up a little bit because it looks a bit messy. And then I want to see about maybe doing some kind of detail on here somehow. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover these over the top. So I'm just going to use our thing again and cut out them to put over the top so I can glue that down so you can't see all these messy bits. Don't worry, we'll be covering this wire up and sorting it out so it doesn't hurt anyone if they try and wear it, especially me. This whole be wearing it a lot. Okay, so let's turn this off a second and cut out some more felt. And now I'm going to put some hot glue down in the inside edge of this ear here, and I'm somehow going to try and glue this down. I'm going to have it down slightly lower, and I'm just going to stick that just, oh I messed it up already, just in the inside here, just to cover up some mess. I messed it up again. Stupid glue. So I kind of want these bat ears on the inside to have creases. So the idea was, because it's going to have leftover material on it, is to like fold these up. So it gives it like crease in the inside. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'm planning to do a few more so they look like the inner part of an ear. So what I'm going to do now is layer some hot glue inside. Then lay it down. And then I'm going to pinch where I want my ear creases to go. And hopefully it should stay like it. So we're going to have one going all the way up. I'm going to cut off the extra bits in a minute. But I want that all the way to the top there. Crease in it, so I'm just going to pop down some more hot glue in the inside and then like kind of smidge it around a bit, and then lay this back down again, folding where I want the crease to go inside the ear to give it a bit more of a bat look. So I want this to really be kind of realistic as I can. So we're creating some nice creases here, just to give it a bit more of a realistic look. Put one more here at the bottom, cover this bit in glue up to where the crease is, lay it down, and then tuck it in where it needs to go, and just do another one going up inside. Then we're going to cut off the leftover part, which is overhanging. And so I'm just going to try and cut this as close as I can. Hang on, I might glue this part down first, just so I know exactly where to cut off. Okay, so this is what we got so far. I have messed up slightly a little bit there, but you can see what we got here. It's kind of looking more realistic. So I'm going to try and do the same the other side now, which is going to be very hard. But we're going to give it a go.
Jungles all around. In these cracks our homes are found. Under moonlight we convene. Silent watchers really.
Okay, let's take a look at this now. And the fun with this now is that I can now twist and move these, and they're quite thick and chunky. So as you can see, I have messed up a little bit here, but I think I can fix that. I'm hoping I can fix that. Okay, let's see what they look like now. This is what they look like now. They're looking so cute. Okay, so we've got the shapes in. You can't really see it that well because it's all black. So the next part should be fun, and we're going to be playing with fluff now. Now we've got our shapes and things, and we've got our little creases in the ears. Can you see that? I tried to make them look a bit realistic. And we're going to put some fluff now on the inside, so to hide all these pieces of metal and things like that, and to make them look a bit fluffy. Okay. I can turn my hot glue off for a second. I'm going to be using this fluff for this, and I think this is a square meter, I'm not sure. It's just a scrappy bit that they give out of the shop. So it's just a little square patch I got here, and I'm just going to be using it to wrap this. So I was thinking about doing the back of the ears fluffy as well, but I'm not sure I'm going to have enough material. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a strip of this. And this part's going to be for the back, no, the front, sorry. And I'm going to just put this bit over the top, like so. So I'm going to cut one more strip off so we can just do it in one go. I'm kind of pinching it to see how much I'm cutting it. So I'm not measuring it or nothing. It's really hard cutting fluff anyway. Exactly right. And I'm going to just lay this across, pop some glue down on here, just right across the top. I'm going to do the front part of it first, if that makes sense. So just across the front of it here. I'm going to be layering this up a little bit as well, just to make sure this is all covered. And I'm going to lay it down at the front, just covering up these front bits here of metal. Okay, so we have a bit of fluff going on here. So now I'm going to do the back part of this. So again, just putting glue across this back part. Actually, I might do the middle for next, just so all the metal is inside. So just laying this across over the top of the one we just did, and just pushing it down to sandwich it together, kind of thing, keep it together, all in the inside part here. Don't worry, I will be adding more as well. I'm going to cut some more fluff off now. We need a bit more, so I'm just going to cut off another strip using the same technique as before, just using my thumb so I know how much I'm cutting off. You could probably do this in bigger parts. I'm just trying to use that much fur, so. Okay, so this part here is going to be for this last back patch that needs filling in, which I'm going to have to be careful when I'm doing because I don't want to mess it up too badly. So I'm going to have to be really careful. So I'm going to layer the glue across this part here where it's really messy, and I might need to cut a strip. No, I'm going to keep going across over the top of the back of the ears here. And I'm just going to lay that over the top of this here. Kind of pinching it together as I go as well, so it's got no edges showing. And I'm just going to carry that down behind the ear. Okay, so hopefully that's covered that mess that was there now. I think it has a bit, still a little bit messy there. So now we've got a really fluffy, like, can you see? It's really fluffy. I've still got lots of bits to neaten up, and there's so much glue on here. Oh goodness. But you can see what I'm kind of doing now. And just look at its shape. We're getting there, we're winning. Lots of bits to fix on here. I'll come back and fix these. Maybe I might even use a Sharpie to colour in the glue. Or I might put another piece of felt over the top. But this is it so far. I'm trying to think of a way to make this neater now and look more bat-like. So I'm thinking about putting some fluff around the outside of this as well. Let's see how much material we have left. It might be possible. Might give that a go. So I'm going to put my hot glue back on. I'm going to cut this in half. And then I'm going to pop this over the top, the back of the ears. I kind of want the fluff going a certain direction as well, so I'm going to make sure that the fluff is sticking like upwards, if I can. Or going, actually we'll have it so the fluff is going downwards, that's so opposite from that. And then I've got to try and do this right now, I don't want to mess it up. And that for that side, I hope. Yes. Only I can do that. Okay. Ta-da! So now I'm going to glue these bits down on the backs to make them all fluffy. On the back side, because I want fluffy ears. So I'm just going to start putting the glue behind here and just getting this stuck down. Just doing the middle section to start with. And then we go. And then with the edge parts, we're going to try and tuck them over and glue them down. So we have some fluff that sticks up, so. Okay. Get another glue stick. As you can see, I'm just like pushing it over the top as much as I can here to try and cover up. Excuse me, get off. Getting chasing after a wire. Okay, I'm going to wrap this around the tip of the ear as well, just to give it that, I want a really fluffy tip on this. So I'm bringing it right round and folding it down.
Jungles all around. In these cracks our homes are found. Under moonlight we convene. Silent watchers rarely seen. Streetlights try to pierce our veil, but in darkness we prevail.
Okay, that's the first side done. So we have, there's a few bits here on a bit dodgy. That's okay. So that's the first one done. Now I'm going to concentrate on this side.
Let's help the bats with a spark.
A little bit of white paint here on my sponge, and I'm going to lightly go over these creases to see what happens. Just dabbing it over.
Let's help the bats with a spark.
There's obviously some more tweaking I would like to do to this eventually. Let's see what they look like on, shall we? Okay, so let me show you these on. Here they are. They're not perfect, obviously, because I made them and there's bits of fluff. Let's move back a bit more so you can see this. So pretty big. Check these out! They turned out okay. So I can shape these however I want. So I can make them squishier, or I can make them come down, or I can make them go up higher, or I can just have full back going on. Yeah, I think they turned out really well. If you do fancy helping out the bats as well, you can, obviously. I'll leave links in the description of this video, and also it's been on the bottom of the screen the whole time as well. So if you do feel like going and helping them as well, please do. All the money from this video will be going towards the bat charity, because I want to do something special for one of my favourite creatures on my favourite time of year. Thank you so much for coming along and watching, and please don't forget, be batty, be batty, be even more batty. And if you're not batty, then be really batty, and I'll see you later. Bye.